All right, we're live. Welcome back. If my voice sounds messed up, it's because it is. I was very sick this weekend. The last week was rough. So, last week, beginning of last week, Suzanne calls out of work 2 days in a row, which never happens. I tell Suzanne to miss work all the time, and she never does. So, the fact that she missed work not only once, but twice was pretty serious. So she misses work, she's sick, and I do my best to, to manage things around the house and to take care of Suzanne and all that kind of stuff. And then, that's music. I don't like this music in this current moment. And then we have our annual heat wave, probably the first of several here on the West Coast, or the western side of the state. I shouldn't say West Coast, because everyone's like, you're not near the coast. We're right by the ocean, okay? I don't care if it's a sound, it counts. But anyway, so we get our annual heat wave, and it gets up to 90, 93 degrees or 90 degrees several days in a row. And in Western Washington, they don't believe in such things as air conditioning. So it's a miserable experience where we're just trying to fight for survival. While this happens, I get sick. And so my throat gets destroyed. And it's this is a very high congestion kind of sickness. And I already have phlegm problems normally. So not only am I just suffering from being sick in general, but I'm also just drowning in snot, and it's terrible. It's awful. I could not sleep because I was literally choking and coughing every hour or so. And I just recently was able to sleep a full night yesterday. So it's been a rough week. It's been a really rough week, but we're here today. I'm going to try not to blow out anyone's eardrums by coughing into the mic. If I do, I apologize. It's definitely not intentional. It also hurts like heck to cough now because my lungs are literally, or my diaphragm is just bruised from how bad I've been coughing all week. Or all weekend, anyway. So, we're gonna go until I tap out.
Fair enough.
We'll see how far we can get. I feel pretty confident we can get through most of the session today without any major issue.
Speaking of seeing how far we get, I have a quick question for clarification.
Sure.
What level should I be?
Well, I figured that out in a quick second here. Why don't you tell us who you are, since no one who's been watching these streams anyway, would probably know.
Hello. My name is Alex, or Glue Boy, he, him. I'm the co-host for Table Talk. I appear in every one-shot thing we do every month. I'm joining the game. Whoa, crazy.
Whoa.
I know, calm down, everyone. Sit back down. I heard y'all needed some assistance, some help. So I came a running. I dropped everything. I came to throw y'all a bone.
I literally told Alex he needed to play more Pathfinder if he's gonna keep doing Pathfinder stuff with me.
I agree. I did agree completely because I want to play Pathfinder again.
Because recently you haven't played Pathfinder in several months now, I think. So
Heresy.
or more. I
haven't played Pathfinder since Bishop.
Damn.
Was Bishop the last one? I thought
I played Morgan for like 2-3 sessions, but then I had stopped.
No, I thought you played No. The most recent one was the 10 session short campaign.
Calden.
Oh, okay, it was Calden then. Never mind.
Yeah, that was literally last excuse me. I think like somewhere in the fall months last year. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's almost been a year since you played any Pathfinder, despite being on a Pathfinder podcast pretty regularly.
Yeah. In my defense, I was astronomically busy, and now I am not as busy. So I can actually, and other game ended that I did every week because everyone moved away. So now I can play another game.
Wow.
And to answer your question, I'll start you off at level 7.
All right, fair enough.
What?
7?
I love
Hey.
Y'all have to remember, I still gonna be balanced for level 6. He's gonna get hardly any XP.
I'm fine with that.
Oh.
I don't care.
Well,
Still one level above us.
means I don't get unmistakable lore and capture magic.
Plus, if I drop him down a whole nother level, he's gotta swap all his spell slots around. Because that'll change all his spells.
I mean,
Make it as
kinda his
inconvenient as
fault
possible.
for asking right as the session starts what level he should be.
Well, to be fair, it's also kind of like a mix of communication thing, because I told him the player should be around 7 to 8 by the time he starts.
Yep, that's what I was told.
Because I was planning on doing it after the end of this chapter. Excuse me, sorry. And then we missed a week. And I was like, okay, Alex won't get to play for like a month now. So, alright, we'll just get him in. So, it was a little bit of mix of communication. It's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone just don't give him any player awards.
Come on,
Okay.
I'll give you a few.
Hey, can we give him anti-player awards?
Yeah, just kidding.
No,
Yeah, just take it away.
Why not?
because I say so. That's why.
Oh,
Also, Alex, your saving throw on Coral Corruption is not correct.
Is it not?
Make sure you set it to an arcane spell. Or it is arcane. Are you... Oh my god.
did you set trained in arcane
No.
or whatever it is? Oh my god.
Nope. I
probably
don't.
help.
Listen, it's been a minute.
This is exactly why he's here, actually.
It's been a minute. The next bit I'll just have to quickly find out is how the fuck spell slots work for Magus.
You slot a spell into a slot.
Oh, so it's literally just one spell, one slot.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
So if you want to use Coral Eruption like twice, you have to slot into Coral Eruptions. You know what I mean?
Oh, fair enough. Cool.
Because you're a prepared spellcaster.
All right, sounds good.
Prepared spellcasting in Pathfinder is whack.
Seems like it.
I should try it someday, but dang.
I played a spontaneous caster last time. Was a sorcerer.
I've only ever played spontaneous casters, and only like one or two of those.
Honestly, I mean, that's the reason why I allow at least Witch and Wizard to swap their spell slots with, well, a spell slot with a 10-minute downtime. Or a 10-minute, like, exploration activity. Also, I feel like Witch and Wizard kind of get shafted because, unlike Druid, or, like... Unlike Druid or Cleric, that literally get access to all the spells, except for, like, uncommon ones or rare ones. Like, Witch and Wizard has to spend so much money to keep their spell slots, or their like, spells up to date. So, I feel like it's only fair. Plus, both cleric and druid get different ways to get around like spell slot limitations. Like cleric gets extra healing spells every day. And druids, some druids just literally get the ability to just transform with focus points. So anyway, that being said, we should get started because I'm already having a pretty rough time. I apologize for the pained coughing. It's not fun. So, I guess let me do a general overall recap, just so that we can bring Alex a little up to date. So, the group up till this point, well, actually, I think only three of them have been here the whole time. Two of them have come in like halfway through, but everything's been in studying of a ocean phenomena, which is now called the blue hole, which literally, at least half this party remembers, they fell into at the beginning of the story. A giant hole just opened up in the ocean, and now literal untold trillions of gallons of water is being filtered out of the material plane. Now, surviving that was harrowing, and the group managed to survive barely with some pretty hype moments. If you haven't seen those up until this point, I recommend going back and checking out some of the first VODs. They're really good. But the group managed to survive. They had to take the really damaged ship back to Kintargo, where they did some missions together, did some quality bonding stuff, and then got the ship back and showed that overall they're capable people. They were then hired on for the second mission to investigate the blue hole by one, I forget his first name because I only call him by his last name because he's a gnome and has a really hard first name.
Genmyar?
Genmyar von Willowgift.
Take notes, friends.
Well, it's also in your NPC section, so.
It's way too much work. I just flipped over my notebook.
Who is a very well-off and experienced arcanist who has been funding the second part of this mission, where everyone has been taken aboard his airship to investigate the blue hole with a little bit more caution, as it were. The group headed to the blue hole to get some etheric readings off of it and to see if there's any kind of resonance. And they were suddenly caught in the midst of disease and chaos, flying fiends, as they were attacked by these crazy little bug baby things called Zabubs. And they found out shortly after that these were cohorts of one of the archdevils, or not archdevils, one of the demon lords, Pazuzu. And the party came across a group of, I guess, adventurers. They're the elemental masters from Jalmaray, who represent several of the elemental houses of the House of Perfection, or the House of Perfection, which is like a big, martial monastery place in Galarian. first they came across Jitai Koren, who was duking it out with one of the generals of Pazuzu's army, and was sent crashing into the deck of the ship. After getting him patched up and fending off the demons, you met several of Jitai's comrades. One Gianni Valdanen. And one... Where is he? Dalmarak. Who, if you couldn't tell, represent the houses of fire and stone, respectively. They are also looking into everything that's going on and having a little bit more experience into the going-ons. They informed everyone that despite, which should be a dramatic shift in the amount of water on the planet somewhere, on Galarian, the water levels have not been receding whatsoever. Which is strange. Because the blue hole, as mentioned before, is a mile across, just hole in the ocean that's constantly sucking up water. So they believe that there has to be some kind of counterforce to this. And they don't know what it's for. They don't know what's happening. But there have been some etheric readings that have more or less shown some connections, at least, to the plane of water. And I think it's in my hand notes section here. Yes. So, those little pulse marks on the world map on the southern part are the etheric readings that your ship has picked up, that the elemental masters have gone and dealt with everything, are dealing with everything on the northern part of the map, so you've been left with the southern part of the map. And so you have these 5 locations, and you've chosen first to tackle the Shackles, which is a well-renowned pirate haven of a series of small islands, most of which have just been broken up and torn apart by the Eye of Abendago during the start of the Age of Lost Omens.
Well, lucky me. This is when I'm joining in.
Exactly. So, the group has made their way to the... Well, the group, first of all, set down in the ship, which is called the Sapphire Cutter, which is a top-of-the-line, high-tech, Magitech ship that cuts through the water like butter and can outrun any ship on the sea. It's got magic runes on it. It's got a literal giant, engine in it. It's a good ship. And they've been sailing through the Shackles, first stopping off in Quent to get supplies. More importantly, to get some anti-mosquito incense, as the Fever Sea is very known for having mosquitoes carrying a super malaria. So,
Fun.
yeah, it's very necessary for this part of the sea. And for future parts, the further south you go. And they also picked up, in a way I cannot accurately describe, all I can say is you're just going to have to watch the episode, because the sprite managed to convince a cloistered priestess of Callistra, who Callistra is the goddess of revenge and pursuing personal desire and all kind of stuff like that. And she's always wanted to be a ship captain. She's ever wanted to be one ever since she was a girl, and convinced her to captain their ship for them.
I feel like it was pretty straightforward and understandable.
Well, I should mention the group's objective was to find an experienced captain to sail through the various troubled areas of the Shackles.
Nah, sounds boring.
And instead, you went with this girl who is familiar with boats. And she was a better captain than the captain you had, who was more of a standard sailor type. And through luck or divine intervention, it's really hard to say, was at least somewhat responsible for y'all surviving the legendary encounter y'all had when you went around the Wailing Cave, where the group fought the ghost captain, Captain Benbem, and his ghostly crew.
Huh.
Almost everyone died. Actually, almost everyone died and were brought back to life because of a bargain Sylvanas made with Callistra.
Everyone except Sprite and Shiari died.
And Sylvanas.
Oh yeah, that doesn't count.
What?
Sylvanas basically died.
Okay.
And despite surviving this dangerous encounter, one of your crew unfortunately did pass. Peter, who was the ship's engineer and pretty much the one who makes the Sapphire Cutter run.
No big loss there.
That was actually a huge loss.
Fortunately, Mr. Willowgift has some connections in in Ntabu, who might be able to resurrect him. But it does mean that at least for the next 6 days minimum, well, I guess at this point it'll be the next 4 days, the ship does not have a proper engineer, and if anything happens to the engine, your ship's kind of borked. Also, some of the other party members almost died again at the end of that venture, so it was a pretty rough encounter, I gotta say. It was almost my first ever TPK.
Huh.
So yes, currently you're all heading to a point here between the atoll that contains Fort Bembem and Besmara's throne, where rumors have that there have been a massive circling of birds for like the last couple weeks, which is a very uncommon sight. And last session, finally we can catch up to where we were. You all got in the ship's pressurized swimsuits, or diving suits, I should say, and swam down through the dark depths for nearly 2 hours. Oh, actually, it was more than 2 hours. Until you found what appears to be a ancient city and dilapidated ziggurat at the bottom of the sea. And that's currently being watched over by a bunch of merfolk who, honestly, if it wasn't for y'all's mercy, you would have slaughtered in seconds. But you decided to fight non-lethally, and that actually caused you guys to take some pretty serious injuries. At least enough where Fidget, the crew's leader and the party's cleric, pretty much expended all of her healing spells, forcing the group to kind of have to fall back and reconsider options.
Why did y'all fight non-lethally?
They were trying to protect their home.
I would have killed them.
It would have been easy, but still.
So yes, that's where we left off.
Interesting.
So you are all swimming to the surface. I'm assuming you're taking your stealthy approach that you did to swim down, or you just swimming to the surface.
Don't get the bends.
There is still that Leviathan creature.
Which one?
Yeah, true. There are two of them.
Because there's the first one that Shiari saw a hint of when you were diving down in the first place. And then there's the second one that you saw in the distance behind the ziggurat at the bottom of the sea.
That's fair.
I thought they were
So-
the same.
It could have been. Unfortunately, Shari could only see with dark vision at the time. And so the first one was a very, a very flat image of some large creature swimming below you guys.
Are we quiet allying it, everybody?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
If you'd like.
Not even there.
That's why I said if you'd like.
Alright, accounting for fidget, this is going to be at a -4. Woof. So 20.
That's what you guys got last time. So you all swim to the surface. Because you're taking a reduced pace, it takes probably a little less than 2 hours to break the surface. And as you all do so, you come up and you find that you are near the center of the... I mean, I'm assuming... Well, I guess, Shiari, you actually need to make a sense direction. Because you're traveling in literally pitch black sea for a good portion of this.
That's fair.
Anyone have no direction?
Alright, that's going to be a pretty good 31.
Nice.
All right. Shari never loses a sense of true north and has a general sense and good intuition for about how far they are from the ship. So, you all surface up somewhere on the perimeter of the flying birds that are still going about, swooping down and picking up whatever fish comes too close to the surface. And you surface pretty close to the ship, like within 100 feet of the ship. It is getting into later evening, and the sun is starting to make its way towards the horizon. Not quite sunset yet, but you have spent almost over 4 hours underwater at this point. And as you all are kind of swimming towards the vessel, you see, approaching from the opposite side of the ring, another vessel. So, let's see here. Adrian?
Yep.
All right. Adrian, why don't you tell us what vessel you're currently sailing out here, and give us just a loose, at least like story friendly or narrative friendly reason why you're out here.
Sure. So Adrian, at least from what you all see, I'll give a picture to like loosely describe it. I'm still garbage at visual description. There is a male Undine. The people descended from the water elementals or water Jinn. Just like the picture, but more blue, with some fins and like actually gills too.
And are you human Undine? Or...
Human Undine? Yes.
Okay.
As he is on a boat I can only describe as an actual piece of shit held together by like tape and spit. It looks like it's essentially a dinghy that's been outfitted pretty crudely with a sail that is it's working, it's sailing, it's taking on water, but it keeps just being dumped out as he looks pretty confident in his state. Seeing there's a possible monetary gain to the giant circle of fish. There might be something there worth something.
It's the circle of birds.
Circle of birds, yeah, that's what I hopes. As either the information of what's going on, you can sell it to some smart people, or there might be something there worth taking.
And I'll have you know, a lot of other pirate folk have steered very clear of this area. This seems as nothing but a dark omen for most pirate folk. Even those who are not necessarily that superstitious feels like something's going on out here, and only a madman would come out here and try to glean anything from what's going on here.
That is an important detail. This guy does look very piratey. Which, I mean, for him at least, any superstitions or fears he has about this is pushed to the wayside for the time being.
Oh, good. So he would probably know the flag that we're flying.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right.
I might.
Oh.
That's right. That's super funny. At the moment, at least, he can't see it.
No.
You guys are a pretty fair distance apart, but it's the open sea. You know, you can see that there is a very small ship way out. You know, way out, coming towards at least this site.
I'm like on our ship, right?
Yes.
I see this.
Yes.
Is it basically just like me and the NPCs?
Yes.
Okay. I think Sprite's getting just like a bit excited and like jumping around the deck like oh no, what's gonna happen? Like, what, you think they're another ghost? Are we about to be attacked by ghosts again? We had very bad experience with ghost pirates before.
At the mention of this, most of the crew turns rather pale. That's definitely not an encounter anyone would like to have again.
I'm just like pacing. I like try to calm down. I'm like, okay, guys, let me handle this. I got it. I got this under control. Just prepared to interact with this lad.
And as you're saying this, you know, the rest of the crew, you see small glass orbs kind of plop out of the water. And then you see the rest of the crew, you see your mates, you know, coming, swimming back towards the ship.
I just like lean over toward them and I yell, "We got ghosts again!"
Ah, I see. Begins diving back down. I'm just kidding.
Also, it's been days since our ghost fight, right? I'm not wounded anymore.
It's been 2 days.
Perfect.
Well, begins making her way back to the ship, attached to Everett. Tries to get on board.
Yeah, tries to scramble up the side, weapons ready, looking for ghosts.
Same here.
Well, as you all kind of climb up the aft end ladder onto the deck of the ship, you look around, poised, ready for attack. Granted, in your current situation, that'd be very bad because these diving suits are really not good on land. But you don't see any ghosts, and if you squint hard enough, you do see another ship, probably a good like half mile across the way.
Larson, what are you talking about?
Just point to the boat. We've all been in this situation before. And mount up on Mr. Piddles, getting ready for combat. Checking my weapons and equipment.
Oops.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that individual looks rather solid.
You can see them from here?
Probably.
They're a half mile away. They're super far away. Unless you had a spyglass.
If anyone could see them, it would be Chiari.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sherry's
yeah.
the ranger.
That creep. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, she doesn't have a spyglass.
But you can see the ship. And it might be a little too dilapidated for your tastes. So, you know. Though, as time goes on... Well, first of all, I guess, Adrian, what do you do when you see another ship? And by the way, this is a fancy ship. This is a bougie ship if you've ever seen one. It's like polished, it's got metal on it. You swear you see glowing blue runes on the side. It doesn't look like any ship you've ever seen. It doesn't even got a mast. Or at least you don't think anyway. And I mean, you just see this unreal vessel, you know, across the way.
There's a moment as he's sailing past, like, focused on the job at hand. He's doing the job of 3 people at once. So he's very focused in his own little world. He passes by the ship at some point and like just doesn't like acknowledge it, then like stops.
No. You're approaching from the opposite side of the circle. Yeah.
Oh, so I see it's just around the circle. Like there's that moment of just like he's still focusing, like looks at the ship, looks back to what he's doing, looks back at the ship.
Like you see them, they're like it's a ways out, but you see a very unique vessel, and you're pretty much at the site. Like I guess if you were to look here at the map, let me create some visual aid, I suppose. Actually, I can do it on this one. So, if this is, like, the circle of birds, right? You're coming in from this side, and their ship's sitting, like, over here.
Okay.
And this is a mess. This also, since you're getting here now, you see up in the air thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of birds, mostly seagulls, flying in a giant circle around this part of the sea. Normally you've seen stuff like this, but at most it's ever been maybe like a couple hundred birds. This is about 10 times the magnitude, if not more, than what you're used to seeing. So much so that they create a visual shadow on the sea below them.
Huh. He looks over at the ship and then towards the circle, and he begins to start hurrying his work, tightening some ropes, tying some off, as he's gonna try to rush to get a little closer. He wants first dibs on what's ever here.
All right. So you see this rickety ship kind of making its way past the line and making its way into the circle. And Adrian, this is about the first time you see that there's just a lot of fish kind of coming up here and being swooped up by seagulls, which take them off, maybe land on the water and gulp them down.
As he's approaching more too, he's actually going to try and attune himself to the element, the aquatic terrain, using Geomancer dedication.
Okay.
And he's going to almost use that to help both sail a bit and then eventually investigate the water.
Okay.
But other than that, he's gonna get right to work, like analyzing everything, seeing what he can find, using his knowledge of nature and magic.
Is he close enough to see now?
As they've gotten closer, you definitely see a pretty run-down ship. You know, they're like about like a quarter mile away from you now. You can barely make out, but it seems to be a one-man crew.
I think at this point, I've taken out one of my Megalodon teeth, which I think I was told was good luck, and I just start chewing on it a bit. And I want to yell to them, because I think
They cannot hear you from this distance.
they're not in yelling distance.
They're a quarter mile away! That's over 1,000 feet!
I feel like Sprite would try anyways.
Sound travels on water
Yeah.
pretty well.
Oh my goodness. So trying to describe to people how fucking mechanics work.
Yeah, could I make a perception check for that noise I hear half a mile away?
Are you a ghost?
A quarter.
Yeah, could I make a perception check for that?
Sure, go ahead.
With all these birds flying around you.
Yes,
Yeah,
all
that'll
these
make noise.
birds flying around.
On that 20.
No.
Well,
Dang.
21, that's a pretty good roll.
Can I make a
Yeah.
really good yell check?
Yeah, you don't even hear it.
He's too busy like looking over everything, trying to see if there's magic like at play here.
Turn to everyone else and go, that's exactly what a ghost would say.
Nothing.
Oh, and what did the ghost say to you?
Didn't say anything. Just stood there menacingly.
I don't.
You all can see barely what looks to be like one person on the ship kind of going around and doing stuff.
Everyone watch your bodies. They like to be inside of them.
I don't think that's a ghost.
Is that just a fisherman?
Probably unlikely. I don't know if a fisherman would risk their life out here.
Fishermen?
I know someone who would. Maybe.
Fishermen, the brave warriors of the sea, they have to fight those intense beasts every day.
That's right.
Yes, The sprite did lose a wrestling match with a fish earlier.
Tavanis just chuckles.
That's even scarier than a ghost.
I'm not sure. The ghost did succeed in killing him, like a lot of us. Out the fish.
Fish let us off easy, though. If it wanted to kill us, I bet it could have.
Okay.
Everett shakes his head.
How long did it take to get out of these suits?
It takes 15 minutes to get out of them, fortunately.
Dang.
God.
Phew.
It took half an hour to get into each of these suits. But yeah, so it doesn't take, well, I mean, it does take about an hour for y'all to get out of your suits.
True. Gotta get them all recharged.
Yeah. And you see the prior ship captain kind of go down, and in the engine room there appears to be like a slot for the air tanks to be put into. And I don't know if any of you have actually heard like an air compressor, but it's it's a low mechanical drone mixed in with like a clicking sound when all the tanks are in and he turns the air compressor on.
Is it kind of similar to the automatic things that fill up like a mattress or something?
No. That sounds more like a high-powered fan. No. An air compressor sounds like, imagine the engine of like a moped, right? Small vehicle. And then put clicking sounds in, like a very consistent, like click, 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 click. That's kind of what air compressors sound like.
Okay.
So you're all out. The individual is out on the scene, I guess, over the course of this hour. So what are you looking up, Adrian? What's what should we start with?
Essentially, he's rolling down the list of like knowledge checks. Like, all right, do I see anything obviously magical? Do I see anything occultic going on? Does this how well does this align with my knowledge of nature? Like, he's just running down the list trying to find like if there's anything he feasibly could do. Which
Okay.
every once in a while he's like looking up at the big ship, being like, "Is it approaching?"
If you would like, you can definitely make some recall knowledge checks.
I will. I'll literally go down the list.
Okay.
Nat 20
okay.
Arcana.
Let's go.
So you're looking over everything, and do you have detect magic?
I don't think so. It does not look like I have detect magic.
Okay. Then, looking over, you spend about 10 minutes, seeing if there's anything, like, magical going on with the water. The birds kind of just look like birds. None of them seem to stand out to you at the moment. Some of the fish are hard to see, as you only catch brief glimpses of them. And after about 10 minutes, you identify that there are no fish currently, or sorry, there's no magic currently infused like in the water or anything. So this phenomenon, at least at its surface level, you might have to go and do some actual like exploring. Does not appear to be overtly magical.
Okay. Then I'll try out a nature.
Okay.
Not as good.
Okay. From what you generally know on the sea here, there is not, like, this kind of happens whenever there's feeding frenzies, going on. Usually, like, a whale carcass, or sometimes ocean predators will gather up groups of fish, and birds, being opportunistic as they are, will take part in the feeding frenzy. This has lasted for several weeks, so whatever is happening here is, beyond the norm. And not only that, but the birds here, I mean, they're eating well. They're going down, like, every few moments, a few birds dive down and catch fish. So there's got to be something going on with the fish here. Anyway, there's way more fish than normal.
And does it seem like like he'll watch the birds for a few minutes? Is like any that go snag a fish, do they, like, I don't know, fucking die like a few minutes later, or they just seem like chilling?
Make a perception check.
Sure.
Okay. Looking at the birds, nope. Some of them go down, eat a fish. Some come back for seconds. Others fly back to the mainland. But you do see more birds joining, almost in equal measure.
Huh. Then, in that case, he'll, like, shrug and pull out his Fauchard and actually just, like, stab a fish or two and put it in his boat. Might as well. It's a free meal.
Okay. I guess fishing. Yeah, go ahead and make another
Actually, can I use a spell for it instead?
Can you use what, sorry?
Can I use a spell for it instead?
No. It's gonna be a skill check.
I can't like zap the water.
I mean, however aesthetically you do it is up to you, but you will need to make a check because the fish have to be in range.
Yeah.
It's not like shooting fish in a barrel. This is a absurdly large barrel to be shooting. And not only that, but because of how the water is, you can only see pretty much whatever fish are in your immediate vicinity and only like a couple feet under the water. So
that's fair.
It is your choice of nature or sailing lore.
Okay. I'll do sailing.
Okay.
It's a nat one.
All right. So you're like, all right, there's no way I can fuck this up that bad. You just toss lightning out into the water. Everyone on the other ship, while you're getting your suits unlocked, you just watch this dude over there. There's a flash of light. You don't really hear anything from this distance. But anyone who's watching just sees them, like, do something. There's a flash of light. And unfortunately, you didn't really take into account the fact that your ship is very consistently leaking water, and thus you are in perfect conductive range, and you take
Oh my god.
one electric damage.
Ah! Ghost is fighting the fish! And it's losing!
Oh god.
You probably should use lightning, especially when your ship has more holes than the oh god, I'm not gonna say that line I was just thinking of. That's more for an R-rated stream. Anyway.
Listen.
Wow.
Just because
What?
Jeez.
Come on.
Just because I have a high intelligence stat does not mean I'm smart.
Big int,
High
low
intelligence,
whiz.
low wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great idea, but you did not have the foresight to see the repercussions of your actions.
He like looks over at the ship, hoping no one saw that.
You just see
Sees us all pointing and talking very loudly about what we just saw.
yeah, just all of us looking at you lined up.
Yeah, you just see they're all watching you now, and you become way more self-conscious than you were moments ago.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, anything else you want to try in this hour?
I'll try out survival. If that, I believe, could give me anything more of use.
Sure. Honestly, survival is probably where you should roll to catch fish, but whatever.
And that is a 27 because we're on the ocean.
Okay.
Oh,
There is something that the longer you're here, something begins to resonate with you in a very strange way. You don't know what this feeling is, but you get a very strange sense that the water in this immediate area is different from water that you've standardly seen. It's salty. It's, as clear as the ocean can be. By all means, there's not anything really all too different, but you have this gut feeling that there's something about the water here specifically that feels very off to you.
There's a moment where he is examining the water and then kind of leans back a little bit, superstitious thoughts that have been in the back of his mind kind of resurfacing as he kind of messes with a little necklace made of different creature teeths, including some megalodon teeth. As he looks down at the water, he looks up at the big ship, back and forth, back and forth. He sighs, and he's going to start sailing towards the ship.
All right.
Ah! The ghost is approaching!
Sailing is putting it...
Yeah, I'm putting it roughly.
It's more like you're doing your best not to sink in their general direction.
He's also using his best, to his best ability, trying to use his attunement to water to also help propel him, and just use it somehow because it also waves appear as I move, in case that does anything, even if it's just.
I mean, it means that literally you would be faster swimming to their boat than using your crappy ass vessel. But
yeah.
Regardless, that's just how you got here in the first place. Your ship is definitely not seaworthy. So I say just doing what you're doing now is taking every ounce of your capabilities.
There's moments as he's coming up, he looks over himself, looks at how nice the ship is, smells his shirt, ugh. Okay.
Yeah, as you're approaching, though, you notice there is a large green flag on the side of the ship with a large kraken embossed on it. Make for me sailing lore, society, or any appropriate lore checks you might have for the area.
I'll hit sailing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this ship is flying the colors of the... Oh, goodness. What? I should have in my notes. Bum bum. No, that's not the right one. What was it? This one? Yep. They're flying the colors of the Master of Gales, who is a member of the Pirate Council, which is one of
okay.
the, one of a handful of pirate lords who make up essentially the closest thing to a government here in the Shackles. And the Master of Gales specifically, who is known as an enigmatic druid who has been a member of the Shackles. He's the ruler of the port of Drenchport, which is the closest port to the Eye of Abendego. And the captain of the Quebec Kraken, which is a very well-known ship because it is the ship he has used to win the Free Captain's Regatta for the last 5 years. The Free Captain's Regatta is essentially a big race amongst pirates to win 500 gold pieces and a seat on the council. So he has only gotten on the council literally due to his expert in ship, like piloting a ship. And he is also known as perceiving piracy as nothing more than a simple extension of the natural predator-prey relationships, and has depicted himself as the apex predator of the Shackle. He's a very ruthless, cunning captain who is said to even be able to call on command a giant squid to tear apart the ships in his way.
Yeah, I've lost a few of those regattas in the past.
And this is not his ship.
Yeah, that's something. Seeing the flag, it's immediately like, oh no, I might have made a mistake. Just with like how it is too, just how he has to sail this and how he has to draw his attention. I think he notices it. He notices it very late. He's very close, like as in like shouting distance, and then he notices the flag. So, okay, this might go bad.
As you approach, there is an elven woman, just like here, on like at the railing of whatever side you're approaching from, just kind of like watching you.
And as you're approaching, you also see around her neck as well is a necklace bearing a megalodon tooth. Now, megalodon teeth are very important because any people who have them, either one, have faced off against the mighty creature and lived to tell the tale, which means that they are often feared, and as such, having a megalodon tooth actually does give benefits. It gives you a bonus to intimidation and diplomacy checks against pirates. It is a status symbol.
I have 2 fears.
And the second one is that it could be a fake, or they could have bought it off someone that's not necessarily unheard of. But for any pirates that do not cow before someone with a megalodon tooth, oftentimes instead get trounced by, said to be feared pirates, as if they have the teeth, they're either really brave or really stupid.
Also, next to her is another woman, human woman with pure black eyes, also watching you. And as with most new people, hunt prey.
Okay.
Which she's just staring at you like really intently compared to like me staring at you.
Also with a megalon around her neck.
Yeah, that's actually the more concerning part is as every party member kind of comes to the edge to look at you, they all bear megalodon teeth, which, again, they're all either really brave or really dumb. And considering they're flying the Gale Master's colors, again, you're looking at a coin flip of death here, is essentially what it comes around to.
Are you a ghost?
Immediately the fear dissipates. For some of it. No?
Can I walk through you?
I don't believe you can.
Will you walk through me?
I have yet to see if I can do that.
I just whisper to everyone. It sounds like he wants to try it.
I'm sorry about him. We just fought Captain Bem Bem lately.
I assume that rings a bell for me.
Oh, yeah. Captain Bem Bem, well, one, was recently mutinied.
Murdered. Oh.
By his crew because he was a very, very, very notoriously terrible person as far as pirates are concerned. Like, even amongst pirates, Bem Bem was a terrible pirate captain. Cruel in many ways, and has left a very cutthroat crew in his wake. And the rumors have it that any ships that sail too close to the Wailing Cave are assaulted by Captain Bem Bem and his closest crewmates. And because many ships in the area have suddenly gone missing. So, yeah.
I
So,
see.
He has overactive imagination.
So to be clear, you are not planning to steal my friends' bodies or conscript me to your undead crew.
Last of my intentions here. Didn't cross my mind.
That's right, go ahead and describe yourself.
I'm a tiny little guy. I don't know how big I am. Like a foot? Is that how tall tiny creatures are?
I don't remember what the exact parameters of tiny creatures.
I think I'm like a foot.
I think a foot is the max you can be.
Oh, then I'm less than that. I got some little nice wingy boys. My body is all one color right now. I don't know, I guess it'll be my default yellow. Got my big bulgy bug eyes and my antennae. It's real nice.
Okay, great.
I don't have a nose, I just sort of have nostrils. I'm not clear on what my ear situation is.
I just imagine the sprite actually saying this.
Yeah.
You can see what I mean.
Well, last thing I can blame a sailor is for being superstitious. Kind of goes with the job.
I saw you fighting a fish earlier.
No, the water just did that. Uh,
I saw you. It looked like you lost pretty badly.
Oh man.
what just did that?
You've critically failed against me.
It's a lesson we all have to learn someday.
I'm terribly sorry. I hope you're not too hurt.
Nothing. I can't just walk off. Huh. Hmm. He seems very also visibly nervous towards all of you.
I told you guys it was a bad idea to fight fish. We're only alive through their mercy.
So what you doing out here?
Yes. Why do you appear to be on a kind of looks over your boat? Well, a death sentence.
Well, I make it work at least. I was investigating the that whole business. He like points back over at the ring of birds.
Whoa, what a coinkydink. We're investigating that whole business.
Oh, seeing an opportunity. Do you need any help with it?
Yeah, probably.
I did a nice like cursory glance, and I feel like I've learned a thing or two about it.
What'd you learn?
If possible, could I come aboard first? So I'm not, I guess, shouting up towards you.
You're really wet and also a little smoky.
Shiari kind of like looking as you haven't been shoveling out the water, just see,
Starts. It's like around his feet right now.
Yes, we might as well bring him aboard.
I don't see any harm in it.
As he like literally drops everything, and the boat starts sinking faster. He'll climb aboard. Very quickly and pretty skillfully. As he'll use his rapid mantle feat to get up there.
Nice.
Can I do a check to see if this is some sort of creature that requires to be invited onto the board if to come along and like now it's gonna kill us all?
Is it a sea vampire or is it
You
just
can make a recall
well-mannered?
knowledge of your choice.
Maybe I don't know. Phalor. Nice.
You know, you don't know.
Are Undyne Fae?
No.
Oh.
They're
Yes.
elementals.
Elementals.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's just Larson being Larson.
So what I'm hearing is a nature check would be very apt in this instance.
Actually, elementals fall under arcane.
That's dumb.
We are magic.
They're all the same for me. A 3's a 3. I have plus 11 to all 3 of those.
That's much appreciated. It's been a while since I've been on a proper ship with one with such notable colors. So he like looks up towards the flag.
Yes, that.
Yes. You better. Are you intimidated by our standing or status in these waters?
I cannot say I know how to answer that. if I was, I wouldn't really say it, would I?
I suppose this is fair. I would like to try and intimidate them.
Okay.
God.
I'm not good at this.
Get a +1 circumstance, though.
Can I intimidate through deception?
No.
Nice.
16 total.
All right.
Rolled
That's
an
against your
11.
will DC.
My will, is that just
It's 10 plus
God,
what
for
you're
a while.
what you would roll for it.
Oh, so 23. No.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
He is not intimidated by you.
Just stand up and puff my chest out as a like half-foot tall little guy.
That's true. You're like craning your neck, looking at them.
Terrifying.
Mr. Piddles right up behind me, growling a little.
What is Mr. Piddles?
Mr. Piddles is Mr. Piddles. We all understand. No need to explain again.
Yes. I
Is
see.
this corgi familiar?
Not a familiar, it's a mount.
Same thing.
It is all of the above.
Fair enough.
I believe it's an animal companion.
You know,
No, it's
familiar.
a familiar. Otherwise, Mr. Piddles could actually fuck some shit up.
What? He can't now?
No.
No. No.
Oh.
Familiars are not combat pets.
Not with that attitude.
Not with any attitude. Literally talk to the designers. They're not meant for combat.
If you make them a glorified spell battery, they could work in combat.
Well, they make you better in combat, yes.
Yeah.
Well, now that you're not in the looks at your sinking vessel in a state of life or death, please tell us, what have you discovered?
Certainly. So, at least from what I can see, I don't see anything overtly magical. The creatures there, the fish, are not, say, diseased or poisoned, have any strange effects on them. And, bear with me, this one's more of just a sense. That patch of sea over there feels completely different to, everything surrounding it. There is something just outright off.
Did you try drinking it?
I don't have a proclivity for drinking salt water. It's one of the first things you learn.
Should I have tried drinking it?
No.
Nope.
No.
Everyone on the crew is like, no.
But I could though. What if it tastes good?
It will make you vomit.
But you said it was different from regular seawater.
Still seawater.
Shiari was like beginning the things of like, what could seawater do to a fey creature? And as soon as everybody said no, just struck it out.
I look at the water suspiciously.
Well, good to know it's consistent with what we've been told.
Yes, it would seem some of the seagulls are actually diseased, but weirdly continue diving for the fish, and are, well, very far away from land for being as ill as they seem to be.
Some at least seem to be heading back to mainland, but keep coming back, it seems. I tracked a few to see if any would fall out of the sky or just die after eating it, but it seems like business as usual. Just birds being birds.
Oh, okay. Have you seen anything or figured out anything else odd besides that?
Not entirely much. Kind of thought, doesn't seem like a one-man job. Might need some assistance.
Of course. That makes sense. I just
And,
wanted to ask.
As he's like shifting kind of awkwardly, like shifting weight between, as just normal etiquette goes with things like this. I'd be willing to pitch in on part of any goods, loot, or monetary gain from the site as the first person there. I give first claim. I could certainly rope you all in. He's like looking at you all kind of uncertain.
We here first?
Well, usually it's who gets to the actual space first.
We went below the water.
Fair, I guess.
4 of us went there, not the ship.
I guess we could negotiate later. I am certainly at least willing to pitch in and assist the Master of Gales, of all people. Is he here, by chance?
Sylvanas just...
Not at the moment, but I am his proxy.
Roll deception.
Oh my god!
This will be against your perception DC.
Hang on, I only rolled 12.
21, I believe.
21, you said?
Yeah, I have an 11 perception.
Okay. Then, yeah, they say it. It's bizarre, but they say it with such confidence that they might be... You don't have to believe them, but you can't tell they're lying.
Sorry, I didn't realize it sooner.
No offense taken.
Yet.
Welcome to my ship.
You notice the elven woman just giving Larson the stink eye.
He was
Side-eye.
also like looking at you all for like confirmation.
I guess insight. Roll general insight. This will be against everyone's will.
It is just a perception, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Not great.
Well, unfortunately, looking around at everyone, they're either looking at you intently or seem disinterested. At least that's from your standing point.
What kind of capabilities are you bringing to the group, I suppose I should ask?
Well, I'm an expert sailor. I've lived, I would say, most of my life on the sea.
We already have one of those, and I point to Anna. I don't remember which one's which.
And
The good one.
oh,
So rude to some of
And-
these NPCs.
And Anne is a human woman individual who she doesn't look that old. She's probably like 18 or something. And
Wait.
yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, we all knew that.
I thought she was a young adult.
Yeah, but just a
She's
child.
like 18 or something, right?
Okay.
18 classifies her as a young adult, yes.
All right.
Not like mid to late 20s.
I pointed at her and say,
That's what I
she's
thought,
Definitely
too.
47.
not a young adult.
And I just pointed at her and say, she's 47.
Sure. I'm also
She must be
Okay.
a half elf.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Kinda
And
can't-
looks at her, looks down like, I'm 47?
I mean, Anne is sitting there blushing because you're like, oh, you think I'm a good captain? Well, a nearby the dwarven individual who is helping them take off their gear, just kind of seems unflustered about it, but at the same time, like, yeah, sure, whatever, I guess.
Okay.
You're a dwarf?
Yes,
Oh my god.
he was the prior ship captain.
Is it the current helmsman?
No.
Well, the current helmsman is Anne, is the one they mentioned.
Oh, okay. Then your campaign notes you got are just not accurate.
Oh, they're
I
probably
think that was the helmsman from the original ship.
No, he was the
Yeah,
captain before
Jagadath
Anne.
is the helmsman, or was
Yeah.
technically. Technically, there's no captain of the ship because the ship isn't an actual like ship crew. And I should put Anne on this one. There's also there are handouts for these in the NPC tag as well.
Okay. I also am skilled in magic, in elemental magic. And on top of that, I'm a damn good fighter.
No, you're stepping on mine and Everett toes.
Oh.
I've at least found that more fighters the better, but I wouldn't be one to question you.
Well,
Just see the elven woman giving this fake creature the death stare.
I look at our new blood very suspiciously.
on the bright side, it would be nice to have another body to take on any of, in case, any ghosts decide to jump our ship again.
Ah, they can possess the one we don't care about instead of our friends.
Okay.
That is what is required of the Master of Gales.
It is.
What a time for Fidget not to be here.
I know.
Leave me alone for one session, I dare you.
Are they the party parent?
Yes.
Yeah.
I see.
Char's kind of just like, oh, this is the lie we're going with? Alright.
Sylvanas just walks over to Shiari, whispers, should we just come out and say colors are a lie?
Well, there's the ever possibility that they might take offense, and as this is a very huge crime, and
I will
The chef.
say they are at your all's mercy. Their ship just sank. And you're in the middle of the ocean at the moment.
Plus, he also
You can
also
also
knows-
feel free to insight to
We-
see.
he also knows that we know that he knows that we've survived an encounter with Captain Bem Bem and defeated a megalodon.
He also does have teeth like around his neck, but
that's right. Sure,
Yeah.
Shiari will do a general insight on how our new friend is feeling.
I want to do that too.
Yeah, sure.
It's just like
Same.
perception, right?
Ah,
Only a 23.
Hey, yo.
Jesus.
Tell
So
me
what
how
are
you
y'all
feel.
trying to insight in general?
How-
Just general state of this particular individual.
I want to know how I make them
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah, what she already said.
Okay. So I'll leave this to I'll leave this to Adrian to figure out. You can either use your will DC or your deception DC if you're putting on a front. If they succeed, they get 1 bit of information from you, and if they crit, they get 2.
So I'll at least say, Slug Booter, both of you, no, actually, no, shit, I thought, because I have a 23 will DC.
Well, I guess
so
you
all
just
of you
spilled the
make it.
beans on
That's
what we're
33 crit.
rolling against here.
Yeah, I just tell y'all. Primarily, like, at least for how does the sprite make him feel? He's not intimidated of you, intimidated more of the name behind you.
I'm satisfied with this outcome.
And for the others, it's this person seems to be on edge, just nervous in the situation, understands that, like, one of you nods, he's probably dead. He could put up a pretty good fight, but he's not, just the numbers are not in his favor. As well, this man does not look like he keeps on a good side of the law. He looks like he's done some sketchy shit just in general. He does have the stature, the clothing, and almost like, I guess, of someone who might be adjacent to piracy.
So up shit creek without a boat.
Yeah.
All right. You don't have to worry about the. Oh God, what was his name? Something of Gales.
The Master of Gales.
Master of Gales says this is not a ship associated with him. We are flying the colors to deter those trying to, well, perform piracy on us.
Immediately fucking, like, exhales.
What? We are? What happened to me being his proxy?
That was a lie? That you made up?
You're a lie.
No?
I've never lied a day in my life.
He just starts laughing.
That's a lie. Like
You just lied.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Adrian just starts cracking up. You know what? Solid move. Not many pirate captains would dare attack you with those colors. Oh God. Okay.
We're actually here at the behest of the Elementals Guild and Blue Nautilus.
Oh my god. 20 sessions and we finally get someone who knows off the bat. Oh, I'm so
Who?
proud.
Oh.
I never heard of those before.
Same.
As there seems to be an occurrence of gates to and from, I guess, or at least that's the running theory, of the elemental plane of water.
Aren't we also working for those other people now?
Those are those people.
Oh, they are not so much working for, they are allies to us.
Yeah.
So the sites to these, like, tied to the elemental plane of water?
Yeah, like long distance north of here, there's just like a mile wide portal that's just taking ocean water away to the elemental plane of water.
Huh, that's what it's doing.
This one here, we it's bringing water. We assume it is bringing water from the elemental plane of water. That's why it seems so different.
I was about to
Yeah.
suggest that.
If you swim in there too far, you might be stuck in there and then never come back out and drown to death.
We have not ran into that problem yet.
Well,
Not
then,
yet.
another way I can help you. I do happen to have a undying heritage.
Ah,
I do speak Aquan.
ah.
Do any of us know what those are?
I do.
Oh.
Nice.
That wasn't a question I asked out loud. Just like
If you want to know it, Aquan is it a common language?
It's an uncommon language.
Oh, okay. It's a DC 17 society check to know about Aquan. And Undyne specifically, I think, are not an uncommon or versatile heritage.
I don't think they are uncommon.
So that would be a DC 15.
Yep,
They are
what
not,
I was-
so.
Oh, good lord, y'all.
Oh no, they are. Technically, all versatile heritages are uncommon. So those are both DC 17 society rolls.
Fair enough, I guess.
I have to roll it twice. Or
Yep, for each one.
Even worse.
what the fuck? How did we just get? Okay,
So Sylvanas, I guess you know what Aquan is.
I know
Which-
a lot about what Aquan is.
That's true. Aquan is the elemental language of water. It is spoken by creatures very closely tied to the element of water. And Chiari, I guess, if that's your second role,
Yeah.
Undine, you've heard of loosely. They are water elemental, like people with heritages that tie to the water element.
Ocean lore probably would have worked pretty well for this one, right?
Ocean lore could have worked, at least for Aquan, not for Undine.
Oh, that's... Oh well.
Anyway, that's what you all get, so you can roleplay with that as you so choose. For those who crit, I mean, honestly, he could tell you anything right now, and you would have no way of knowing. It makes you slightly distrustful of him.
Oh, come on.
So nothing's changed.
Clearly Undyne was the code word for his ghost spires to attack Pulse Crossbow.
I saw this coming from a mile away. He's casting spells. I know spell language if I've ever heard it before.
That's the word for my heritage.
Just Elven woman extends a hand. Name Sylvanas.
Yeah, you'll return a handshake. Adrian Havelock.
Chari Ravena.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Everett Burke, and he'll extend his hand out for a handshake.
Oh, shake it.
Go ahead and describe yourself, Everett.
He's average build, about 5'10". He has very short, dirty blonde hair, very messy. And he has green eyes, slightly pointed ears, not too pointy like an elf, but more pointier than a normal human. And he's slightly pale. And he wears hide armor.
I stick my hand up from all the way down on the ground and go, me? My name? That's right. It's Lemon Minilone.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Lemon Minilone. Shake my hand, friend.
He does this every time he introduces himself. Mostly everyone around here calls it Blossom. I call him Larson.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Phil, shake your hand.
It sure is. I get that a lot.
I will need you to write down your name, though, Booter. I will need to see how write down how to pronounce it.
Just that he does this. He gives a different name every time.
Yeah,
Oh,
but this
fair
one I said was
Everyone-
Vemun, and then my last name was Mynnolen.
I've just stuck with Blossom because that was the first name that the sprite gave me.
No, that was the
Everyone-
name that Fidget gave to me.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I said everyone calls him Blossom. I call him Larson.
I think the first name was Larson. I think.
Larson was the first name that the sprite introduced himself as.
To
Yeah.
Sylvanas. It was like the third or fourth name in total.
Interesting. All right.
Also, you've lost respect from them already.
Have
I gave your name.
Yeah. I've acquired a new name.
A new name has been stolen.
You just say your name and it's like the contract has been signed. It's like, what?
What? Excuse me? Well, all right. Nice to meet all of you. I guess we can hash out any more payment to be made, as wherever the site has might have anything worth. Granted, I kind of like looks down. His ship is like gone now. Kind of owe you all, anyways.
That you'll have to take up with Genmir von Willowgift, as he will be the in-between for any contract signed between you, the Elementalist Guild, and Blue Nautilus.
All right.
I also like signing contracts and making deals. Just hold my hand out.
I'm not. I don't think I'll sign anything yet. Need to read fine print and all.
Would you like to shake hands, friend?
Looks towards the others.
Everett shakes his head and just goes, "No, don't do it. Don't do it."
Stares at
Sylvanas
you
shakes
with,
head no.
stares at you with just huge, unblinking eyes.
Char just stares at you.
I don't have eyelids.
I think I'll pass for now.
I start glowing. Bright yellow.
Another look towards the others.
He does that sometimes.
It's normal.
Great.
Normal for how normal he can be.
I am normal.
How many diving suits do we have? Is it just the 4?
Well, you technically have 5. Unfortunately, the sprite can't wear any of them.
And if it helps, I can breathe underwater.
Does
Oh.
the sprite just hang out in one of our visors? That's what's gonna happen.
Oh God.
You're gonna have to find a workaround for it.
My mommy
Don't
can
break
breathe
this brain.
underwater and also swim.
Can she?
She can.
Oh. Convenient.
Actually, I can help you with that, Booter.
Oh?
I do have the spell water breathing.
But even if you have water breathing, I don't know if it's safe for you to go down there because it goes really deep, and you eventually will succumb to pressure.
Does mommy have to stay within a certain amount
100 feet.
distance?
Unless you get the thing for it.
That's pretty cool.
Damn, you can target up to 5 creatures with water breathing. That's insane.
Yep.
How long does it last?
What do you have it heightened to, I suppose? This should be the question.
Let me take a peek.
Because if it's 3rd level, it's 8 hours. If it's 4th level, it's until your next daily preparations. Or the standard would just be an hour.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be just an hour. It's I don't think I have it heightened to 4th. I only have it up to 2nd level.
And then don't forget as well, for your spell list, you add, I think, 2 spells every time you level. Yes.
Yeah, I think because I have 2 2nd, 3rd, and 4th level spells.
You should have 4 of everything but 4th level.
Oh, nice. I mean, yeah, my sheet doesn't have that, but I didn't add it because because Path Builder. So I just get like 2 more free spells from 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, because you spend at minimum 2 levels with those as your highest spell casting level, which means you would inevitably pick up 4 unless you're picking more earlier level spells.
Don't think I would be. All right, I'll add more spells in.
I think you also have like 5 first level spells or something.
Huh. Oh, yeah, my sheet completely skips 1st level spells.
Well, that's because Magus doesn't have any spell slots for first level spells, because you're a bounded spellcaster. You will only ever have 6 maximum spell slots.
Ah, fair enough.
I thought it was 4.
Okay, so you're getting your water breathing from studious spells, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, to be fair, when he gets studious spells, he adds those to his spell book. So he can prepare those in his higher level spell slots if he chooses to.
Sure. Neat.
So yeah, I think. Oh, no.
So you can have up to 4th if you so choose.
Yeah, you'd have...
I'll add more spells.
You'd have at minimum 8 first level spells, and then at maximum 4 second and 3rd level spells and 2 4th level spells.
Damn, all right. Hell yeah.
Because you're a wizard essentially. Because you have a spell book for them. And then you just change out what you slot every day.
I'll fucking take that.
All right.
So we're kind of just waiting until tomorrow for the tanks to be refueled.
Yeah, the tanks will have to take a minimum of 12 hours since you pretty much gone through about half the tank.
True.
And as we said before, there's fortunately, you get 5 of these suits. And as mentioned before, these suits provide insulation against the crushing depths of the ocean. They provide a 20-foot swim speed. And they have lights on them that provide light in a 15-foot cone in front of you. The sprite might just have to chill in someone's helmet.
Not it.
Rock, paper, scissors, let's go!
I don't know this person. It would be very awkward.
So you're saying it'd keep you in check?
No, it would just.
Oh, perfect.
No.
Thanks for volunteering.
No. You know,
You're so kind.
a little strange, a little awkward. You know, I'm kind of. I'm not really. I'm pretty introverted personally. It takes me a bit to get warmed up. You know.
All jokes aside.
Well, I guess that being the case, you all have the rest of the day to do what you may. Fortunately, the ship has plenty of room space, so Adrian can get his own space.
Yeah. I have nothing on my person. I have a belt pouch.
Well, at least you'll have a room.
It was fucking big. I slept on a boat that was like half sinking. I had to
You
sleep
could
in
sleep
shifts.
on that thing?
It's dangerous.
And
How are you
then...
alive?
You get like quick hour-long cat naps. It takes hour and a half for it to completely sink, so you have an hour of sleep.
Before you're waking up violently.
Yes.
And I have found some possible character art for you. At least until
Oh,
you decide to choose your own.
Yeah, I have a character art that I use for internal use, but if there's a good actual like pirate 2e thing.
This is what we got. The choices are sadly rather limited.
You're gonna be looking for your token pirate.
I'll take the one on the left. Yo ho ho.
Okay.
really? I was thinking the one on the right would suit you more.
Yeah, but R matey.
But horror.
R matey.
I'm
Actually-
literally trying to find the token I was using for Anne the other day.
Well, do you know Alex actually fights with torches?
Oh, rude.
I don't fight. I fight with a halberd
No, you don't.
But
or a polearm.
For shard.
Oh, sorry, a torch pole. Got it.
Full torch?
Torch pole.
Oh, okay. You want to go to break at 6?
Yeah, we can go on break now. Now that I know what Alex wants to pick for his character anyway. So yeah, that sounds fine. We're gonna go ahead. Excuse me. Take a quick 10-15 minute break. We'll be back. Gonna use the bathroom. do whatever. Yeah, I don't know. My voice, I don't have it in me today to talk too much. So I guess we'll all catch you in 15.
Sure thing.
All right, we're back live. So, is there anything any of you want to do that evening?
Are we keeping watches?
Probably. We just let a strange individual on our boat.
True.
Yeah.
I can take first watch, guys.
Okay, if you insist.
Go to sleep. Trust me.
Okay.
Damn, this is working so well. Nah, Adrian will follow suit. He'll, if watches are handled, he'll do whatever is best for y'all. Because you did just invite a sketchy stranger onto your boat.
Yeah, I think watches are covered.
Well. But before watches, was there anything else that anybody wanted to do?
All right. So, the night goes by with no issues. Y'all waken bright and early. By the way, Adrian, the inside of this ship is fancy. They got all kinds of really nice beds, no hammocks. You actually got space to put your stuff. Everyone has pretty much their own rooms. Granted, it did look like at one point this place was used. It had bunk beds. And the pilot's house, where the steering wheel is very strange to you. It looks very like you just walked into a wizard's lab, you think. There's like this big glowing sphere that pulses energy every few seconds. And sometimes little green dots appear on it and disappear. And there is a compass that isn't like a normal compass. It's like some kind of arcane compass. And not only that, but near the steering wheel, there's these weird levers for some reason.
As someone who is both a sailor and magically attuned and understands the working of magic, Adrian nerds out a little bit in his head. This is a very cool sight to see.
And if you ask, either Jagadeth or Anne let you know that, the big orb is an ocean detector. It detects large things up to 100 feet away from the ship. It appears green blips on the map. Helps the ship ignore or go around, like float some or anything that might be in the way in the water, especially things you can't see. And you can even see fish occasionally on it. And the levers and everything go to the engine, and the ship can go real fast. More or less what it boils down to. And there is a mast, but it's only used if the engine breaks. No, 1 second.
Sylvanas is shadowing you a bit. Just like keeping an eye on you, making sure you don't do anything sketchy.
He at least does not look like he has any intention of stealing your shit.
Yeah, but for all she knows, you're just a really good liar.
I'm the best liar on the 7 seas.
Looks like charisma score has a -1 for some reason.
Nice.
So, how much does this, I guess, boss of yours pay? Probably asked to Sylvanas, who's shadowing, but anyone else who's around can answer too.
I mean, Looter, how old was Greg again?
I don't know, like 45?
My 45-year-old human, essentially dad, after our last trip, is able to live very comfortably on the mission payout for the rest of his life. Just one payout. He's living very comfortably for the rest of his life.
All right. Is that handled through? Granted, I don't know the actual, I guess, setup of this. If this is more of a pirate contract or just research contract, or however it's dealt with.
I'm a pirate.
Technically, everyone here is a mercenary,
Okay.
where
Arr.
We don't. They don't talk like that.
Are you a pirate?
Not currently.
Arr.
as long as you haven't really killed anyone. It was done through, pretty sure it was Blue Nautilus. I don't know, the first whole trip, I was just happy to be back. It was stressful, a lot. When I got back, everything was more just a blur.
Can't imagine.
Yeah, falling into the ocean from a hole, opening up beneath you, and then having the boat shoot through the water because of its magicalness, and also an air bubble by Fidget. And then having to go to, not Abs, Cantargo, stay there for a bit, and have to run a bunch of do some smuggling in order to get money for the outrageous dock fees.
They'll get you.
But, yeah. And as we were leaving, some rebels of the place, because I don't know if you know this, Cantargo's blockaded. And so some rebels were like, we're gonna break the blockade right as we were leaving. So that was fun.
Some bad luck.
Yeah. But we got through safely.
And we got out.
Honestly, that's what matters. Most of the time. So, if I sail with you all, then I'll at least be compensated. That's good. That's good.
Though I promise nothing because I'm not my employer. I'm not the one that's paying.
I'll have to negotiate then.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
the captain
they-
would be the best. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. When they return with our mechanic, you can talk to them. Pretty sure.
All right.
I'll be in about 5 days, though. At the very least.
And then you're all investigating the bird circle in the meantime.
The
No,
portal
it's
beneath it.
just- Correct. So, kind of looks you up and down. I might have a few questions about your heritage from you in the near future.
Might have
That'd
a few
be
answers.
alright.
Granted, I'm not an expert on Undyne in general. I was just brought up by one. And
Oh.
I can breathe underwater and swim pretty well.
Do you have anything? I don't know how to phrase this. Where we're trying to go, there is a merfolk population. They claim it as their holy site, even attacked us. But they told us not to come back. And so they, quote unquote, spared our lives when it was us doing the sparing.
Anything to deal with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Um,
don't know if we have anything.
if they, well, for one, I'm not the most persuasive person. If I were to say handle it the way I've known, you rush in hard and fast, very brutally, terrify everyone around them, so it's very clear you don't get involved, and you don't fight us.
We were able to do it using diplomacy last time. So it was difficult.
If I can at least speak like Aquan, if they speak that,
They do speak common, apparently.
that's good at least. If you have to deal with people defending something, you kind of just have to terrify them so they don't fight back. Or even try fighting you in the first place and just give up whatever they're holding.
Okay. Everett, I might need my dagger back.
I'm so sorry. Here you go. He'll hand you back the dagger.
No, it's okay. This has a wounding thing on it. I don't necessarily want to kill them. But if I hit them with this, I'll just bleed out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't want to hurt them either.
Would you like to borrow my cane sword just in case?
Is that okay?
Yes. Why?
Well, I just thought it was yours. I thought it'd be rude to have that.
She seems to look at you in like a pondering way. Why would it be rude for you to have it?
Well, I always see you with it. It's your thing.
My thing?
Yeah, like Sylvanas with her bombs, or Fidget. Oh, not Fidget. Oh, the sprite with their corgi. You know.
Well, that as it may be, I don't mind lending out a weapon if it will ease the chance of accidentally killing somebody.
He doesn't want to be rude to Shiari because she's terrifying, so he just accepts the sword.
She was more offering it to Sylvanas. 'Cause someone
Oh.
was going dig around.
I guess that's your fault for not mentioning who you were talking to.
I guess so.
Does your cane sword do piercing?
Yes, it is a piercing weapon.
Yeah, towards the top of your journal page, there should be a handout for aquatic combat. You'll have to open it up and click on the image to actually see it, but...
I knew that. I just needed to know if it was piercing.
I was saying
or
it for
not.
Alex's sake.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Alex actually gets to ignore the taking the -2 circumstance penalty, apparently, due to his amphibious trait.
Also, I have Underwater Marauder.
There you go. So you're not even flat-footed while being attacked in the water?
Nope.
I don't think anyone is, as long as you have a swim speed.
That's true.
I think I have a pretty... I have to get a feat to have a really nice swim speed. Later, I can get it so I have a swim speed equal to my walking speed.
Do you not have a swim speed right now?
I have a small one. I have a 10-foot swim speed.
Ah.
Let's
And
do
okay.
50-20.
Yeah, the diving
like
suit
right
will
now,
give you
it's
20, so...
No, fair enough.
And you do notice that night, when when the sun begins to set, many of the birds circling around begin flying away. And when you wake up the next day and are getting everything ready, as the sun begins rising and the sky gets clear, the second the sky turns blue, the birds come back. To come and eat their fill. So, fortunately for y'all, the suits were done being, the air compressor gets done sometime early in the morning. So by the time it's even light out, the suits are ready to go. And Shiari, because you've made some really good sense direction checks earlier, you know, generally speaking, and I guess unsurprisingly, the center of the circle, where the birds all flock around or whatever, seems to be directly over that ziggurat down below.
So we might be able to, float over on the boat and then just set out from there.
Well, it's honestly not that big a thing. The only question is, where do you want to dive down from? Do you want to dive down directly over the ziggurat, or do you want to dive down more towards the earth wall that you saw before on the outskirts of the city?
Maybe the earth wall, because at least give us a better chance not to run into the Leviathan that was on the other side of the city.
Well, I'll make mention, the Leviathan was only there for a little bit, swimming through. It doesn't seem relegated to any particular area.
Which is fair. I don't know. What do we think would be the best way? Could just go straight down towards the ziggurat, though have a very high chance of probably being seen by the locals.
It's pretty dangerous.
We could continue from the rocks again, but for all we know, they might have beefed up security in that direction as well.
I mean, we're an easy fight.
If avoiding a fight's what you're looking for, then probably playing it safer. Granted, and if there's any concerns with like the ziggurat itself, I don't know, interacting with it might mess with what's happening, and the boat could be damaged.
That is something to consider, isn't it?
Parking, anchoring our ship right on top of it might be an issue if we're messing with it directly.
Well, that's fair. Maybe the rock wall then. Did Booter come back, by the way?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I actually hadn't heard you since we called break off.
Yeah.
So how are we doing ropes this time, and where's Lurson going?
Oh no.
All right, who's getting the devil on their shoulder in the helmet?
Fidget.
That's mean.
Fidget's the one who tolerates Lurson the most, and also is the only one not here.
Well, we can't mess with the parrot.
Is Suzanne awake right now, or is she sleeping?
Susanna's sleeping.
Damn.
Sure, I will take the blossom.
All right.
And how are we doing ropes?
Same connections as last time.
Who's
Oh,
Avery?
well, we do have a third though.
Yeah.
Or a third in one of the groups.
The weakest swimmer should definitely be with one of the two strongest swimmers.
I
think that's-
summon mommy.
I think that's
I can-
Fidget, and I is
Back
the
somebody up.
strongest. Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, if we do
Yeah.
have mommy with us, then
Mommy is the strongest woman.
looks like Adrian is going to be attached to Sylvanas and Fidget.
Do we have enough suits for that? Is Mommy gonna survive the pressure down there?
Mommy doesn't need a suit. Mommy ain't no coward.
Cam, I feel like this is not true.
Unfortunately, you don't know. Your suit protected you, so if there is or anything wrong with the pressure out there, it's your best get. Logic says pressure should be an issue.
I'm gonna laugh when you start taking damage.
I won't. It's impossible. I've never taken damage before in my life.
It's just
Hmm.
not true.
Yeah.
I don't even know what damage is.
Water is your weakness.
I only drowned that one time.
Twice.
Mommy,
And
what
that
is
other
mommy's
time.
swimming speed?
I don't know, like 25?
Don't
bad.
know. Mine is also 25.
What?
20 from the suit and 5 from just Vivacious speed being a swashbuckler. I just get like a +5 status bonus if I don't have panache to all of my speeds.
True.
And a +10 status bonus if I do.
Okay then.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mommy has 25 swim speed without any suit.
But nice. We have the teams all split up.
Sweet.
I say split up. We're sticking together. It's just
So who's
Nah,
your next
you guys
two?
go left. I'll go right.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Goodbye.
what was that?
You
game?
hear a plink sound against the glass. Who's connected to who now?
It is Shiari, Everett, and Mommy with Blossom and Shiari's visor, and Adrian, Sylvanas, and Fidget are the next other group.
Despite it possibly being uncomfortable, Sylvanas is gonna pack her, or is gonna wear her cloak of repute, or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and as we're getting suited up, Adrian, just
Yeah.
just to let you know, going down there, be a little bit nerve-wracking. A lot nerve-wracking, actually. Just terrifying. Barely being able to see around you. Any way to steal your mind? Magic or something? Might want to.
Why
Believe
would
it
someone
should be
want to?
fine.
Why would someone want to steal their own mind? They need that.
Not that type of steal.
I mean, I'd be happy to steal one of your minds if you wanted me to.
No.
No.
Primarily, I mean, we'll make money if we do this, correct?
Is that all you care about?
It's a primary drive right now. As someone with like Pat's pockets, nothing. I need to get myself an actual ship, one that doesn't sink.
I pull out one gold piece and hand it to you.
This isn't tied to anything, is it?
Not yet.
Turns to Sylvanas.
I've never been given money. But speaking of money, just is holding money, but like hesitantly. Fuck it. Drop 70 gold, or hands you 70.
He holds his hand out like, no. I'll take it after we're done.
Oh.
Stealing my mind.
All right. So, it takes, oh god, 2.5 hours to get y'all suited up.
Jesus.
It's a long process. Gotta make sure everything is nice and airtight. For those who did take injuries the other day, some patches are applied to your suit. Just to, just in case. And you will awkwardly waddle to the back ladder and dip into the water. Swimming in these suits is a very strange experience, especially for you, Adrian. You don't feel the water. Granted, the bulkiness of the suit, which, by the way, these suits have, what was it, 5 bulk? Yeah, I believe they're like 5 bulk. Though that bulk is negated when you get into the water. And so, you don't feel cold. You don't feel the flow of the water. This feels super unnatural. You just feel like you're floating in space beneath the ship.
That part is a little shaky. It's too used to being very in tune and attuned to like the ocean itself.
And not only that, but because the suits have flippers on them that make you swim faster than normal, it feels strange. Like I'm sure most of us here have worn flippers at some point in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the first time you ever put on flippers. You just feel like a superhero. Like you can just zoom through the water.
Then it's hell on your ankles afterward.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. Fortunately, we're not playing with realism. Otherwise, there's a big question of how you guys used the bathroom the last 4-hour trip you guys made.
The suit just has a bathroom in it. Don't worry about it.
It makes you reconsider bringing that cape, I'll tell you.
I just look like the Hunchback, Notre Dame. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, so getting used to it, eventually you get a groove for it and y'all begin swimming out. And we can now go to the underwater scene.
Yo.
Sans the pictures.
Sans? Undertale?
No.
What?
It means without. But yes, as you all dive into the water, you're met again with the dark depths. Actually, I need more ominous music. 1 second.
Is it the Jaws theme?
Donna. Donna.
The true horror. Silence. Oh.
It's Frank.
But yes, as you're all diving down, it's very quick that the darkness surrounds you. The only thing you can see is your light cast in the water in an inky blackness. Even for those with dark vision, honestly, it feels like it doesn't work until something comes in at the edge of your vision line.
Does it help if I glow?
Does your glow provide more than 15 feet of light?
I think I'm a torch.
I believe a torch is 20 and 20.
Rip Shiari.
Yeah,
Having a torch right next to her face.
Yeah, it just says I'm a torch.
Well, let's look up the torch. Sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius.
All right. Well, Shiari just looks like a fucking TV face now. Just a beam of
Oh,
light
no.
shooting out the front.
Gonna get at least one horror movie when you're hanging out with Shari. It's either the black eyes or the TV face.
Aren't we trying to stealth a bit?
The light is changing colors every so often, too.
Aren't we trying to stealth?
That's true. Can you turn it to red light?
I can.
Will you?
Ah.
Should have
Right,
left
yeah.
him on the boat.
So are we doing the quiet allies then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Be stealthy.
Anybody have a dex that is lower than +0?
I feel like you should know, Devin. I have a -10 to stealth.
Ah,
Oh.
then
No,
we gut,
no,
Then we
no.
gut you and leave you behind.
No, I have actually a decent stealth score, so I won't fuck that up.
Okay. Oh, I finally rolled a good one.
Yay.
25.
Alrighty. So you all swim your best, trying to keep your lights kind of tilted downward. And you all begin following Shiari, who is swimming at a very measured pace. As you keep going down further and further, Sprite, you notice that Mommy's not having any problems.
Told you.
What?
Amphibious form, OP. I assume that's what it is anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, that is a good question. Amphibious form is the feat you have, right?
Pretty sure.
Okay, they gain the amphibious trait. That's actually very important. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's terrifying. You can also turn a creature that's normally in the water into a land being.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
When I summon my fish, now it suddenly grows legs. Real human legs.
Just human bear legs.
So
Worse yet.
muscular, too.
Yeah, worse yet, there's no hair on them. They're just completely smooth.
Yeah, it makes you swim faster. Having hair slows you down.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it helps you with tracking.
I don't know if this helps now, but I also have this.
No, it does not help. So, as you're all diving down into the abyss, you feel that the water is very active around you. Occasionally, you'll see some fish slip by one of the face lamps of a party member, or Shiari, who, when you're not being directly blinded, you see them kind of coming in and skittishly moving out with your dark vision.
I like to think I act like a hooded lamp at this point.
You kind of are. And as you all are kind of swimming down, it just seems you're mostly used to it at this point. You did it before. It still very agonizing, not knowing what is, anywhere near you. A big being could be just out of eyesight, and you wouldn't know. And worse yet, knowing that there's actually things in the water around you doesn't make it any easier. You get this strong sense of being vulnerable, swimming down into the sea with nothing to hide behind. But, as I said, you all, for the most part, have gotten over your thalassophobia at least. Enough to do the mission. And as you're all swimming down, you feel it. Almost as if a wave hits you. There's a sudden and very strong feeling of a chill running through your body. Almost as if you could feel this barrier of ice push through your body, leaving behind almost a hot burning sensation behind it. What's worse is it seems to affect some of the fish. Some of the fish that had curiously come into your line of sight suddenly stop and turn to look into a direction deep into the abyss. I need you all to make a will save for me, please.
Hero point.
Me and mommy?
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh, dang.
I think I'm also going to hero point just to be safe.
Yo.
So much better. Ocean? This my shit.
All right. I do believe Mommy and Fidgets fail the check. Yes. As there's a sensation that something has arrived. And you were filled with such a very sudden dread and fear. It almost overwhelms you. Mommy and Fidgets are frightened one for a minute. And you can see from various small fish around you that they become nearly paralyzed by the fear. If you choose to just keep going on, you just leave those fish behind you as you keep diving down into the depth. Knowing that whatever that sensation came from is likely to be near your destination.
Well, gotta continue on.
This bodes very well.
After a minute, it seems to go away. But still, you don't know what it was, but its presence could be felt for a good distance. Even now, as you're swimming down, you still probably have about an hour to go.
Are we gonna find Cthulhu?
Who knows? So,
You do.
as... But who am I?
God.
A Lovecraft
Right, and I don't play
fanboy.
a part in the story. So,
What?
what of importance?
That's okay.
It's not an accurate statement.
But you also play everyone that's not us.
Yeah.
Yeah, except I just arbitrate how they're played.
But you're still important.
Not as a character.
Hmm.
Anyway, as you're all continuing down, you eventually see the large stone wall and trace it down to the bottom. And as you do so, you see again that faint bluish light in the distance. And as you go further and further down, it becomes brighter and more evident. Cutting away from the wall and swimming out towards it, the sea around you begins to become illuminated. You can see large rocks and towering stalks of kelp. You can see the rough, sandy seafloor, and ahead of you, a good quarter-mile away, you can see the city with the large ziggurat at its center. And this time you do not see any Leviathan creature lurking in the back scene.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
And so as you approach, you're taking a stealthier approach this time around, using some of the large rocks and such as cover and staying closer to the seafloor. And you're now just nearing the city's outer limits. So, now you need to plan a course of action. And this wasn't mentioned earlier, but, and especially for Alex, talking with these helmets on is a pain. You can only be audibly heard by each other up to about 10 feet away.
Huh.
So there's a point where Jerry turns around and gathers everybody around close. Gotta huddle to speak, basically. Alright. What is, well, I guess our preferred way to go about this?
I thought we were following Fidget's pearl because it pulsed whenever anything of the portal was there, so.
It doesn't have a natural pull to it, if you'll remember, though. It's kind of us just guessing. surmise that it might be towards the center of the city, near the ziggurat.
Yeah, Fidget's Pearl is lightly pulsing with energy.
Oh, okay.
As stealthy as possible, but if situation does arise where combat is necessary, take non-lethal measures.
I agree with Sylvanas. I think that's a good idea.
I get prepared to take fully lethal measures.
Don't you have a day spell?
Maybe. No. I do have a lot of non-lethal spells, though.
If non-lethal's the way you all wish to operate, I'll follow along.
You do remember, y'all fighting non-lethally last time did result in some injuries on your side. And with these suits on, you cannot take healing potions.
Well, that was also because we were trying to reason with them.
That's true.
If
And how did that
we
go?
had just gone non-lethally, I feel like we would have had very minimal injuries.
And now we have an extra party member, so maybe.
Like, also, I can cast, like, Fireball underwater.
You cannot.
I have Steam Spell.
Oh, then you can.
Fucked.
I can.
Steam Spell's actually really cool.
It's really cool. The moment I saw it existed, I was like, well, I have to.
That's in Geomancer, right? No. That's in...
No, that's an
Undyne.
Undyne.
That's an Undyne thing.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool.
Same with my Undyne. I for my first level ancestry feat, I picked the Brine Soul. Your elemental ancestor's legacy asserts itself as brackish water. I get the salt wound reaction, which means if someone hits me, I have hellish rebuke essentially, but for seawater into a wound.
That's what Greg had.
Ooh.
Yep, Greg had that as well.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If I had a nickel for every party member that was an Undyne, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't much. It's weird that that's happened twice.
With the same ancestry feat as well.
Undynes have a lot of cool ones.
They do.
Yeah, but you still chose the same ones despite them having a lot of cool ones.
Well, I mean, it's a water-based campaign. If you're going to pick any of them, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that.
I love the smoke
Yeah.
in as well. They're really cool.
Yeah, the Smoke Soul, Sylph.
Yeah, it's Sylph.
They're pretty good. But yeah.
Alright, so we're still gonna go non-lethal then? If they do turn out to be a bigger threat, though, I will not hesitate to fight for the survival of our crew, though.
Question, Cam.
Sure.
Would people defending their holy site be considered innocent?
I mean, that's very prospectively.
I'm just looking at one of my tenets. Never knowingly harm an innocent or allow immediate harm through an action when I could reasonably prevent it.
Again, that's very perspective. If you feel that these merfolk are just, like everyday citizens, not very well trained or anything, defending themselves, they would be probably considered innocents.
But the second they become trained, they're no longer innocents? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's not necessarily what I mean. It's more like If you believe that they're just citizens defending their home, then no. Or they're considered innocent.
Okay. I would prefer to stick to non-lethal as much as possible. Given the oath I swore recently, it's got some perspective on it. I can't harm an innocent, or let harm come to an innocent when I could reasonably prevent it.
Oh no, Sylvanas is that friend that just recently found religion.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, to be fair, it saved y'all, so you know.
We got return the favor, you know.
I don't know what Callistra would do to me if I broke that.
Well, okay, that's a different story altogether. Callistra is not even a good deity. If I remember correctly, Callistra's chaotic neutral.
I think
But
if you
chaotic
rolled
good
up,
is one of her things.
I think if you
it's
rolled
one
up
of her
and stabbed
permitted-
Rando,
It's one of her permitted for her followers, yes. But
Yeah.
she doesn't care. It's your oath with yourself
I
to
also-
uphold your champion duties.
On
I'm
the
also
bright-
very new to being a champion. I
Sure.
just don't fully know if Callistra would or do that to me or not.
That's fair.
I mean, that's
Oh.
fair.
Also above table, like your god stuff comes first, and then it's kind of like a flow chart at that point.
Yeah, I have it written down with it numbered in order of importance.
Hmm.
Though,
Yeah,
defending
but-
yourself is not considered an evil act.
That's true. But they were defending themselves in the first place. In my eyes.
That's fair.
All right. So stealthily until we're discovered, and then go from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if this thing associated with Fidget's Pearl is the thing they're defending, they'll probably become very hard to sneak as we get to the ziggurat, so at least be careful.
All right. Well, with that, you begin making your way to the city. You see, well, as you get closer, it's almost like a hard shift between just rock, stone, and sand and cobbled streets and abandoned stone buildings. You approach from a covered position using stones and kelp to mask your approach. And you can see in front of you the streets of the city are loosely patrolled by groups of merfolk. And from what you remember seeing the last time you were here, you don't remember seeing them being, I guess, so militaristically organized. Maybe your last trip here put them on guard. And not only are they traveling in small bands, about 4 or 5 individuals, they also seem to be taking with them some large fish-like creature being pulled by reins.
Would it be anything I could identify?
You could definitely try.
I shall try.
Can I try?
I'm just gonna reroll.
I can do it.
Okay, that's much better.
Hmm.
All right. Let me find the right creatures here. I pulled up one. Oof, that was not what I was expecting. I was not expecting to find a level 21 creature on this list.
Yeah. It's pretty diverse level.
Oh my god, there's so many
Lot of-
danger fish out there. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's just how the ocean is.
The ocean is the Australia of Galarian.
Yeah, it
Yes.
really is.
You know, I was gonna make that same thing. That same comparison.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I found it, but I want to double check to be sure. Man, so many fish are high level. What the heck?
These fish
Blossom
have hands,
was
bro.
Blossom was right.
I've
Yeah,
found
one's aim.
a surprising majority at 18 plus.
What the fuck?
Yeah, trust me, I was also very surprised.
Can we have a fish campaign? That sounds fun.
All I can say is I don't have to worry about giving you enemies at higher levels.
It's the high level fishing there.
All right. Oh, I remember. I saw this one last time. Okay, okay. All right. Let's see here. Two options. Balancing. Oh goodness, how do I spell it? Oh. Oh, dyslexia got me there.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, okay, that answered my question for me. All right, let's see here. Shiari, you got it. Oh, balls. Am I gonna have to make a token for these? I didn't even
Correct.
think about that. Yep, cool. That's fine. Let me just make a handout real quick.
Damn, the sprite didn't make the check.
Nope.
Dang.
Correct, idiot.
Difference between expert and trained, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the 12 is still a pretty good roll.
Nah.
12's pretty good for me.
Okay, fair.
I apologize. I thought I could just pull this one up, but that is not the case.
They're not gonna make it that easy for you.
Not this time. Alright. So you get this first bit of info. And you get one of their most known traits. Let's see. Yes. All right. You find that the fish they have with them is known as a bregdi.
Fuck does it look like that?
It is
got
a
big
large creature, a large reptilian-looking manta ray-esque creature with claws on the end of its fins. They are predominant hunters of warm-blooded prey and are known to clasp onto the underside of ships to be taken into port and then snack on hapless victims that walk the docks.
Those are hugging
Aw.
arms if I've ever seen them.
They're what?
Hugging arms if I've ever seen them.
I mean, they hug the underside of ships.
Also, you know, this is an uncommon creature.
Hmm.
Would you like to make another nature roll?
Sure, I can attempt.
And as you can see there, it has
Hell yeah.
grab. Okay, you get 2 more bits of information. Cool, cool.
Give us the stat block at this point.
No, we're not high enough level for me to pull that kind of shit off.
Ah,
Let's see here.
Join the Monday game though.
Unmistakable lore is a hell of a drug when you have a master in a lore skill.
yep, I'll hit that next level. 8th level was what gave me the unmistakable lore for sailing.
Fair.
Okay, you get that one. And I'll give you an actual stat. Let's go with HP. That sounds like fun.
Can't help but notice it has a plus 21 to hit.
You
don't like
thought the
these
merfolk were easy.
Can we, like, go back on our decision of doing it non-lethally?
You might have to.
Added 1 feature plus HP.
Okay,
Oh, nice.
merfolk, non-lethal. Bregdi, fuck them bitches.
I'm very sad you can't click its image to expand it. Because the image is actually kind of fun.
Oh, that's not good. Snack that fish's back. Brightsy. Do I try another one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll spend one of my focus points as well.
I'll up the DC by 5.
Get to roll this at advantage.
Oh, I forgot the other part of their lore too. 1 second.
Wow.
They're also notorious for not being able to recall knowledge on them twice. It's like, fuck. Or 3 times.
Nothing
They're
that
also just-
major.
Immune to all damage. Don't worry about it.
They're a little more intelligent than most animals. They're just opportunistic hunters. Grabbing fishing lines, pulling in fishermen to their doom. A brightly that spots a fishing lure might grab it gently with its claws, imitate a fish catching on the line. Once a fisherman is hooked and starts to reel in, the brightly plays along, slowly approaching the shore while making sluggish, struggling motions. Once near land, the brightly violently tugs on the lure to yank its unsuspecting prey into the water. Bragdies can survive out of the water for short periods of time, but only the most desperate Bragdies hunt on land.
So, I made that jingle as a joke, mostly for the tug action that they have, but great. Alright, roll in nature. $29? Might not have hit it.
Failure.
Well, getting 3 bits of information is pretty good, so that's fine.
Yeah. Fuck those things.
I mean, we fought something that hit us with a plus 22 before, and barely inked out.
Yeah, but they have multiple of these.
And we can't use our healing potions down here.
1 per squad, yeah.
So but yeah. These
On the bright side, Sprite, they'll probably target me first before they get to you.
Yeah.
there's also mommy.
Nah. That doesn't
also-
sound right.
We can kill those things.
Alright, so definitely gonna try to go at this as stealthily as possible.
Yep.
I don't know. I do like to
Yes.
commit murder.
I can't stab into Shiari's suit. Bastard.
Concern.
to get
Because-
to the sprite.
Because Blossom wants to commit murder.
Ah,
The only way to stop is to just hover in front of your face.
kind of gathers everybody, passes on the information.
Ah, that's fun.
If we do have to fight those, you can kill them.
It's one of those situations where somebody playing peekaboo is a very not fun thing.
But yes, they seem to have this thing on like some kind of leash or something. And it seems more than less content enough to glide along. Though, Shiari, something does come to mind. Bragdies have a strong preference for warm-blooded prey. fish, there's not very many. There are some warm-blooded fish. And to be fair, things like seals and everything and like that also count as warm-blooded prey.
That's true.
But it's something that crosses your mind, especially someone like Shiari.
Can't write in her journal right now, but kind of posits a question for later if Adrian is warm-blooded or not.
Am I?
There might be a cold-blooded feat actually for you.
I'm gonna do a little research too, for my own purposes. That sounds interesting.
But yes,
I feel like you are able to regulate your body temperature.
well, considering that he's at least half human, he's probably warm-blooded.
And what if I just didn't inherit the warm-bloodedness? Like the genes just didn't do it, you know?
Then you'd be more elemental than man, probably.
I mean,
But anyways, so yes.
All right. Not ideal. Probably have a better ability to track warm-blooded creatures. Or at least feasibly. Oh, right. This might... this might matter. Just in case. No, just in case.
Oh yeah, that may help. Depending. So what's your course of action? What do you all intend to do?
Try to sneak around and try to get to the ziggurat, I believe is our main plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you begin heading off into the city, doing your best to keep out of line of sight. You give any patrols you do see a pretty wide berth, and you go through some of the buildings. As fortunately, it seems that these are indeed just ancient ruins. No one is living in these structures, it appears. Or at least not on the outskirts. And as you kind of sneak through and go through some of the streets and such like that, you begin to notice some strange things. Probably most predominantly, you start noticing a lot of clay pots and like urns that at this point are heavily mossed over. They're furry and green at this point. And that strikes you as odd. But everyone roll for me society first real quick. I kind of just want to do an IQ check to see if anyone actually notices why this is strange.
Damn, that was a pretty good roll for me too.
Is this technically a recall knowledge check?
It is not. Okay. Is the sprite not going to even roll? Or you having internet problems, Booter?
Oh dear.
Correct.
Maybe
Oh,
it's
no.
internet problems.
quite possibly.
Or he's just tired.
Or he
died.
passed out.
Or stepped away for a second. Never know.
Well,
That doesn't sound like him.
So, Shiari, you're very focused on your mission right now. You don't have much time to ponder what's going on, especially since you're leading everyone. And the fact that those big, reptile fish things are really bad news.
I'm setting up our defense to not get eaten alive right now.
And Sylvanas, you're really contemplating the moral implications of what future acts might come. So much more to be distracted. Adrian and Everett, though, so what stands out to you about these clay pots, urns, what have you? Underwater civilizations don't use these kind of things. I mean, what would you even put in them?
Seaweed?
The point is they would float out of it. And as you start finding, like, the debris of what might have been furniture at some point, and a variety of very deteriorated, and honestly, you wouldn't have even known it was made of, like, cloth if it wasn't used as a like an overhang for like some outdoor shops. They're so matted with algae and moss. This city was not built by merfolk. And as you all continue on, you see that the closer to the ziggurat you get, the more Fidget's pearl begins to vibrate, and the more dense the patrols become. And that's where we'll end it for this session.
Wowie.
Ooh.
There you are, Booter. Where were you?
I was listening in on an I'm setting up my computer still apparently.
Cotton 40K, I see.
40K.
That's the meme now. Or 4K.
Oh. Yeah.
Nah, mate, 40K.
I mean, we play
God.
Warhammer. It's 40K.
Yeah.
Cotton 40K. Your house is decorated with skulls.
Heresy! Blam blam! But yes. So, that's where we're gonna have to end it here. We're ending it just on time. But, yeah. So what do y'all think about the city now?
Can't wait to kill some merfolk.
I'm gonna kill you.
After dealing with the merfolk, right? Because, like,
Right.
Blossom's kind of in my helmet.
Shouldn't have let Blossom in your helmet.
I see. The party wipe was the players all along.
The party
saved the
wipe
party
was
from
in us the whole time.
I saved the party from a TPK because I wanted to be the one to do it.
You know what would have been smart? Giving Blossom just like a potion to have in my little helmet, just in case.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Blossom might be able to actually feed you potions. Kind of like a familiar. Blossom's become a familiar.
I am familiar.
Depends if Booter wants to spend his turns doing that.
Don't have anything better to do.
Well, besides pilot mommy.
Nah. Doesn't sound like me.
But yeah, so we're gonna have some interesting deep sea shenanigans next session. I'm seeing. Yeah, a lot of deep sea shenanigans. Begins to sweat profusely. So yeah, let's go ahead and do experience because I gotta take Suzanne to work here shortly. Actually, first, real quick, let me make sure that Suzanne's awake.
She's going to work?
Yeah.
Damn.
Ugh.
Well, she was sick last week. Like, she got sick on Wednesday, or what have you. Or is it not? It's like after last game, she went to bed early because she wasn't feeling good. So it was literally a week ago.
I just assumed that since we didn't have a game last night, and as well as she didn't show up today, she was still out of it.
That's mostly due to the heat. Suzanne does not do well in hot temperatures.
Same though.
The heat sucks.
Also,
It does.
Suzanne blew out her voice at work on, like, Friday or Saturday. So, probably because her throat was still tender and she spent a lot of time yelling at people, so.
Total party lad.
But alright. Let's do some XP. So y'all get 30 XP for being here today. Interpretation, there's some good character interpretation. I'll give y'all 20 XP. Let's see here. Difficult actions. Yeah, I would say identifying the Bregdi was actually a difficult action. So I'll give you 10 for that. Let's see. Good ideas or plans. I do think y'all not diving in straight over top of the city was probably the best plan you could have made. I'll give you 20 for that. Because that saved me a lot of effort not having to worry about, y'all just flying down straight from the top where everyone can see you.
Mission Impossible type, zip down to the vault.
It's weird. There's this rope that we can climb directly to.
Except like we think we're being all sneaky in our head. We have the Mission Impossible theme. To every merfolk, they're just looking up and these chuckle fucks just swim directly down.
We think it's the Mission Impossible theme. It's actually Kronk's theme song.
Yes.
You're all just like, no one ever looks up, not thinking that, ocean-faring people who don't really have a concern with the Z-axis or the Y-axis, who kind of need to look up all the time. Different peoples, different problems.
I've played so many stealth games, no one looks up.
Just tells us they're not real gamers.
Exactly. Real gamers never look up.
No combat this session. So no combat awards. No facing. I mean, you're facing off with each other. I'll give you 10 for general social actions, and I'll just give that to everyone. Utility award. Yes, Shiara is again proving to be very useful in this situation. Sense direction, recall knowledge on nature check, getting you guys a lot of information on the Bregdi, which already had a pretty high DC. I'll let y'all know now, the initial DC is 28.
Jeez.
It doesn't help that they're an uncommon creature.
True.
So their DC is, I think, 2 or 5 higher than normal.
Nature's is also just a general skill as well.
Yeah.
So no lowering DCs or anything like that.
Yeah. So that was, pretty impressive, honestly. The Pity Award. I'm gonna say goes to Sylvanas. This whole dealing with the merfolk thing has proven to be a much bigger obstacle for you than I was envisioning.
someone who doesn't really understand or have the teachings of a champion now has to, oh god, what is it? What's the word? Interpret it on my own.
Yeah. I mean, that's good
It's
narrative,
rough.
honestly.
True.
So yeah. I just anticipate that's gonna continue being a problem. It's gonna be great. And let's see. Any player nominations and or kudos?
One for Blossom for tricking Adrian multiple times.
Yeah, the sprite being mischievous as always. Definitely take a player award.
I don't often get to lie.
You have
Oh.
all this shit to be like, even if like I know you're lying, I can't really call you out on it
Yeah.
because like everything about this shows that like you're in a position of authority over me.
Poor Adrian did not realize that they were going against equivalently an archfey to them in the social combat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give one to Alex just for immediately jumping into roleplay so well. Especially
Yeah.
being like a latecomer to the group. Or to the campaign.
Sure. Go ahead and take a player award. You did pretty well. I think your character played really well, and I can't wait to see them evolve into who they will actually be.
Yeah, they just gotta get off the new character growing pains and then the even worse growing pains of new character established party. It always takes like a session or two.
Any other player nominations and or kudos?
There was I remember. Just the narration from the sprite on like viewing Adrian, like the whole they're fighting a fish and they're losing. Stuff like that. It was pretty funny. I enjoyed it.
That was pretty funny, I have to admit. Go ahead and take an air player award, Sprite.
I told you, fish are no laughing matter. Don't.
No, they're not, apparently.
Mess
I
with
just
it.
looked them
Yeah.
up. They're all pretty heavy hitters.
Yeah, I told you guys, don't mess with fish.
You'd be surprised how many level 20 fish are in the game.
You guys weren't taking me seriously.
Any other nominations and or kudos? Okay. Well, that's going to be it for this session then. Thank you all so much for being here, for those who are watching. And I guess I didn't do my spiel because my throat was messing up. But if you like this, or if you want to see more videos like this, please like, follow, and subscribe on your platform of choice. You can also join us in our Discord, where we talk about all things tabletop, including things like Warhammer 40k. And also, if you'd like to play with me and my friends, like we're doing here, you can join our Discord, because I always recruit there first for any of the games that we play here on the channel. So, with that in mind, we are still on a temporary delay for sending out the giveaway items. Getting sick this last week has been really rough, financially speaking. And, it's the end of the month. Need to make sure that rent gets done. And it was just a very unexpected time off. And then not only that, but one of the bad things about having a really good job that pays very well is missing a day of work means missing a couple $100. So it's one of those hits that you don't realize because you're kind of doing well, that when you miss work, you actually just miss out on a lot of money. So, yeah, that's just, we're just trying to play safe. And I do apologize for the inconvenience. But, you know, if we go bankrupt here, then we won't be able to do any more giveaways. And I got so much more swag to give out. So, yeah. And be on the lookout. We got some interesting things planned at the end of July. So, be on the lookout. Not at quite liberty what to say yet, but we are planning on doing something, especially because our 1,000 subscriber goal is going to be met sometime next month, which is going to be super cool. Very great, very excited for that. We got a lot of things to do. Y'all have no idea how much making 1,000 subscribers actually means, even just like in a business or YouTube. Like, I'll let y'all know now. If you make 1,000 subscribers, you can get, Paizo will send you PDFs to review their material for free. For 1,000 subscribers. And that's just one of many other perks that comes with it. We'll be able to also have, like, YouTube and hopefully eventually Twitch. Again, there's still no word about the exclusivity deal that they were kind of working out. So, we might get more, like, Twitch notifications and streaming notifications in general. Doing all kinds of fun stuff with that. The channel is going to be going through a lot of makeovers and a lot of changes in the next couple months. So please be on the lookout for that. It's a very exciting time for us here. And I really can't wait to share it with y'all. But with that, we're going to go ahead and say goodnight.
Good
night.
Good night.
Natty night.
Good night.